Right, welcome back. Last time, we went ahead and dealt with the budget issues. At least in theory. Yeah, the whole... What was it? Oh yeah, no admin type taxes for 5 years, for 3 years. I really did a number on the treasury, but things should be better now. Oh yes, they are. Okay. I was keeping myself afloat with war reparations and reducing standing army maintenance, or well, raised regiment maintenance. I keep changing in the name. Because it's really raised regiment maintenance. I have a professional standing army, it's just that most of it's sitting in the reserves right now. Right. We also did we actually war last time? I don't remember. Yeah, we did. Grab a couple provinces. And they're currently being cooled. It's specifically... Can I pause again, please? So I can... Yeah, that game's laggier than early game, as to be expected. This province, and this province. I'm currently moving some troops around in order to drill in a spot in order to get rid of some of the more annoying rebels. At least the ones that are pretty close to... that can be handled in this manner and are pretty close to revolting, specifically those Saxon separatists at 80%. They're in only one province, so sitting on it would... with 4 points of unrest, so sitting on it with this army stack is definitely enough to deal with that. Due to suppression that this standing army has. Never be 5. Well, it's 4.7. So that brings it down to below 0, so the rebel faction should start disappearing. Once the game has realized that, hey, there's an army standing here, which it checks every month, so. Before it does anything involving rebels and whatnot, so. Yeah. It doesn't need to be any earlier anyway. Actually, it doesn't matter as long as I get it by the end, before the end of the year. So, let's just skip... I kind of need diplo points. I don't need mill points, so I can take the increased cost of that. I just need to remember. Royal Mortars. Maneuver plus 5%, infantry fire plus 0.1, artillery fire plus 1, artillery fire plus 0.1. Enables the horse artillery. That's a lot of fire pips. Yeah. Right. How's my income going to look? I've turned down army maintenance and stopped drilling in order to build up money, but I want to see how much I'm earning for it. Why is it always ridiculous every once in a while, and then not after a while? Manpower cost just dropped in half. Oh, I think I get it. It also affects that. It also affects the... Oh, I see. At the start of the year, it checks that, and that's how much you spend on training goods. Right, now that I actually have the cash for this... 1,050 ducats down the drain. For yet another institution. And the earlier I grab it, the better. I'm still getting prestige. 0.35 per year. Yeah, that's not enough to really affect things. Plus, isn't my autonomy going down? Yes, now it is. So things will slowly get more expensive. In fact, it jumped in price to ducats since I checked a couple years back, so let's get it now before it gets even more expensive. Right. Let me set my reduced regiment maintenance back to normal and drill again. Right. Okay, time to actually grab the tech. For far cheaper than it was before. The Sextant. Naval force limit plus 5%. May agitate for liberty. Max colonial range 200. The social contract. Stability cost minus 1%. May agitate for liberty. Ah! It makes the subject rebellious. Aha. Fascinating. That could come in handy under certain circumstances. Again, certain circumstances. My aggressive expansion is almost gone. Okay. Hey, Ottomans, how are you doing? Even if someone declares war on me. Yeah, I cannot rely on the Ottomans' help anytime soon. Which is annoying. Perhaps I should go to war again. My aggressive expansion over here is almost gone. It's certainly gone over here. Spain's at war with Vietnam. Spanish Revolutionary War against... Oh yes, they get the revolutionary. Spread the revolution cast spell instead of imperialism. Yep. Oh, okay. Revolution map mode. Still no zeal. So I would presume that the whole revolution thing isn't functioning as it normally would in the base game. Honestly, I'm not particularly surprised. Unless something's going on. Interesting. They already have Miltech 56. Ugh, that's scary. Spain's behind on Miltech, but their army is nothing to sneeze at. And their allies are even worse. Okay, maybe not by much, but go up against Saxony or possibly Bohemia. I'd rather go indirectly against Bohemia though. I'll wait until next session. This isn't the time for war. I don't have much money. I'd rather build up a coffer just in case. Wars are expensive after all, even if not usually that. Right. I believe I need to restore the grid. Yes, I do. Property redistribution. Reactivate the Grendel. There we go. Promote the aristocratic faction. Oh, right, I have to wait until 56. Okay. For that stuff. Right. Oh yeah, right, the revolution. Those bits aren't active yet at the moment. I think it's because some elements have been completely disabled for the revolution. So the mechanics are there, they're just not active. Could be they've just been turned off for 3.0 because they just don't fit. Well, I don't know how they work because I've never used them. Yeah, the revolution happened in Spain. So that's fun. They're busy in a war. Huh. Yeah, they're busy in a war with David. So, I went ahead and spent a bunch of money to go ahead and embrace, well, global trade. I'm still pretty behind on it, but it's not that bad. Next up is industrialization, which I'm getting pretty rapidly if this plus 2.41 per month is indicative. And yes, it's the capital, so it's not really that indicative, but lots of other provinces have over 2. Well, not all of them, but several have around 2 per month. 50 months is fast. So long as enough of them are better than 120. No, 1.2 per, well, so long as I can get them in 120 months, it's not going to be any problem whatsoever to embrace it before 1560. And that will be all the institutions. Which will be excellent because it means finally. Oh wow, that plus 70%. Finally, we can get things for cheap. Industrialization seems like it's really an institution that causes ridiculous amounts of increase the longer you go on. That plus 70%, I did not imagine for it to further increase. Wow, nationalism and academia are also having hefty impacts. Scientific methods would as well, but that's to be expected. Scientific methods is actually pretty important. Well, for creation of new technology, of course. I think academia and nationalism might also have increasing effects. Still, it's just going to take longer for them to come up. Oh well. Things are spreading rapidly, which is excellent. Additionally, the embracing means that I've jumped up in great power rating again. And now I'm rank 7. Of course, this only lasts so long as Hungary doesn't have whichever institution they're missing, which I think is... It's academia? No. Legalism, meritocracy, commercialization, casual literacy, Colombian imports, scientific methods, global trade, academia. Wait, what's the one after? Nationalism. They don't have nationalism? They didn't embrace it. They haven't embraced nationalism? That's weird. Are they low on money? That's the best explanation I can think of. Oh well. One of the side effects of the revolution happening is that a lot of subjects have become far more rebellious than they should. Like Muscovy over here was at 52% liberty desire, so... And they actually went over and asked me to support their independence. Same with Croatia. I think the Commonwealth is also... Yeah, that might have something to do with their independence supported and being supported by France, though. I have no interest in the Commonwealth myself anymore, outside of Bornholm. Yeah. I might go to war again soon. There's another war that's popped up, a nationalist war between Saxony and Hesse. I'm thinking of maybe possibly going up against Bentheim. The thing is, what's really interesting is when I go to look at the possible rivals list, France has, yeah. Apparently, their entire army is about 80% as strong as my one single stack. Might have something to do with the drilling, but they have 72k troops. That's 2.5 times as much as I currently have, which, yeah. And if I were to add more troops, I'd become even more powerful. Heck, the same thing said that Hungary had troops, their military was 20% the strength of mine. Okay. Yeah. So I don't think the revolutionary zeal mechanic actually happens. Revolutionaries' ideas spread from a nearby center of revolution, converting provinces to its cause and enticing their people to revolt against absolutism. Oh, I can see why they turned that off. Because even the revolutionaries use centralization. So it's probably temporarily turned off until they can rework it, like they did with absolutism decentralization, into something useful for them. Because maximum evolutionary 0 plus 50? Yeah. That's part of the Revolutionary Republic. But they also have an increased maximum centralization. I don't. I've got a regular republic that doesn't have any special impacts. No effect. Plutocratic, merchant republic, trade posts, trade leagues, trading city. Aristocratic allows royal marriage, re-elect the ruling family. Oligarchic, no effect. Yeah. Democratic, Republican, no extraordinary powers, elected assemblies. 10 years, because election nonsense, especially evolving Republican tradition, looking at you game. That's why I picked that. Devolved unitary, because annexation. This stuff has no effect, so I might as well not touch it. Oh hey, I can do that. Oh, never realized. Okay, so now I've increased my resting point for army professionalism. By 5%. Approximately. Right. So I might actually be able to stand up to France. I don't know, though. They are the greatest power of the world. They're only missing one institution, and they're the only other country I know of that's both... So they're the only country that's both powerful and only missing one institution. Sure, the Ottomans and Spain have more total development. Heck, even their own development is higher. But, yeah. They have the same Miltech as I do, which means my one biggest advantage, which is pure quality, isn't going to be as strong as it otherwise would be. Of course, there's always the classic beat up Bohemia and slash war their allies until they cry uncle. I may actually go straight for Bohemia this time. Or I could just try annexing all of Saxony all at once. You know, a good fight with Bohemia sounds like a great idea. But that's something I can decide next time. There's one other thing. I decided to go ahead and do the expand state reach interaction. Because I figured it wasn't going fast enough. And I honestly would like to get to the corruption reducing reform so I can get provincial corruption to go down again. Even faster than it currently is. Getting those last little law sources out would be nice. This means I can make even more money and bring it all the way up without having to worry about it. In fact, I believe certain bureaucratic reforms actually start reducing it. So the greater the state reach, the lower state corruption becomes, instead of the other way around. Now that would be glorious. But I don't know where that is. I think bureaucratic hierarchy has no effect. Okay. Means of recruitment? No effect. Civil examinations? Yep, there's a reduction to provincial corruption. Institutional oversight? Nope, no effect there. Okay. I know entry requirements doesn't do anything there. Provincial administration? Yeah, no. Bureaucratic politicization. That only affects state corruption. Now, I already got the regional tenure through, so... The entry requirements don't do that, right? Yeah, they just increase your admin efficiency at the cost of increasing the amount of power that the elites get from wealth. I'd rather not touch that. Unless absolutely necessary. Because I don't need my elites becoming even more powerful than they already are. Sure, I'm the most powerful force in this country, but... I wish noble power would go down faster. It's about hit its resting point from the looks of it. I don't like it. There's so much wealth bottled up. Wish there were an easier way to get rid of it. Appropriate it, and pass it on to me, but... Well, that's already what taxation's for, right? It's not like I can do noble dues because they're gentry. And despite what the tooltip says up here... Where is it? There it is. Enabled by rural governance of gentry or lower. I think there might be a typo somewhere because it's gentry and it's not available. Yeah. It is gentry, but for some reason it's not available. I wish we could go to freeholding. That will permanently cripple our power. Permanently. But even if I could do this, I can't. I need to drop their power by 20%. And there's no real good way to do it, especially not with the fact that I'm continuously conquering. And most of the countries that I'm conquering from have more powerful nobility than I do. Yeah, at least by law. I hate the nobles. They're a terrible, terrible force to reckon with. They're so annoying. But I've gone on for long enough. I'll see you again next time. Until then.